Howdy, howdy. Why does it sound like my mic is... There we go.
Oh, wow.
Welcome on into the pre-show before the free show. This is what happens when you let the new people in.
Listen, we launch a new show, and suddenly this thing goes to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
So we are back here in the studio. We were at the TXHSFB Leadership Summit in Arlington on Monday. We appreciate all of our star-studded guests for stopping by. That was a lot of fun. Got some big plans.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Down the road for that. We are here. It's 11:55 on Thursday, February 27th, and we are actually we've got some competing programming right now, and it's not golf. Normally, we're counter-programming golf, but we're not. I mean, we are. I don't know. I presume there's golf going on.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Thursday. It's usually opening round. You know, I know that because Mr. Masters. Okay. Anyway, but we are being counter-programmed right now, and I want to bring this up. Pickle, I would like to discuss the greatest program in Texas high school athletics.
Yes.
I think you know where I'm going with this.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
So
I have watched them in person before at a state championship game, and it's fantastic.
So, well, I want you to think about the greatest Texas high school football programs, right? Aleto's got 12 state championships. They're on the short list of all-time greatest Texas high school football. You know, your mileage may vary, but they're on that list, right? Carthage is on that list. They've got 10 titles. Salina, Katy, and Richland Springs have 9 titles. Martin, South Lake Carroll have 8. Abilene, Plano, and Brownwood have 7, right? These are the greatest programs in UIL, Texas high school football, state championship history. Pickle, I would like to introduce to you, well, not to you, but to you,
I've been known.
The viewer. Have you heard the good news about the Nazareth Swiftettes?
Yes.
Okay. So Nazareth, which does play 6-man football, they are a 1A school out there in the Panhandle.
Yep. And
their girls basketball team, their girls basketball program, I say this without hesitation, they are the greatest Texas high school athletic program in the state.
Yes.
At any level, not just pound for pound, just like plain and simple, okay? I want you to consider this. In 1977, this town, which, by the way, has, let's see, Nazareth, Texas population. You want to take a guess?
350.
304.
Gosh, I was close.
Good guess.
Thank you.
304. Nazareth has, back in 1977, the Nazareth Swiftettes went and won a state championship for their town when the girls still played 6-on-6 and didn't cross half court. Okay? Back in 1977. Okay? That was 48 years ago. Okay? 48 years ago, they won their first ever state championship. Pickle, they're playing right now. I think they're playing. I apologize. This is a town that doesn't play football, so I don't really know. Is it Saltillo? Saltillo.
I think that's how you say it.
They're playing right now, and they're winning, last I saw. The game's on NFHS Network. They are going for their 26th state championship in 48 years.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
the coolest part about it, let me see if I can't get this onto the system real fast, but I can push this up. Oh, it's okay.
We could have pre-pro'd this, but we didn't.
So the coolest thing, one of the coolest things that they do other than win state championships all the time is actually their warm-up uniforms, kind of. They have a star for every single state championship. So as of right now, that's sitting at 25, 26 impending. But look at this. Can you see that?
I don't have a program.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, everybody else can see it.
Good.
So they've got all of their stars on their back That was courtesy of our friend Aaron, who's down there at the Alamodome taking photos for us. But it is so cool to watch them walk in, and like the respect that they garner just from the basketball community is incredible.
Like, they are girls basketball Thanos.
Yes, literally.
Okay.
They have 5 hands of rings.
Okay. They're going for championship 26. They were up comfortably last I saw. So they could get title number 26 in 48 years.
The amount of
which means that they've had 22 years that they didn't win a title and 26 that they did. That's insane.
It's the consistency should be studied. That's crazy, because like obviously we spend a lot of time doing our 6-year program rankings, and the reason we do that is because then you get through basically like at least one class change. You know, it's like, imagine doing that 4 times. You know,
it is absolutely insane. Anyway, yes, they a total of 75 students there in Nazareth, and they are going for girls basketball state championship number 26 right now.
You can watch that on NFHS right now.
We are a football show, but
greatness is greatness.
Game recognized game. That is unbelievable.
Are we the Nazareth of internet shows?
We are not. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Anyway,
we're 0-10.
Shout out to the Nazareth Swiftettes who would wreck us. Hit the theme, Expo. Yes, y'all. From the new Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet. My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all the places, or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks, Miss 305, somebody who would get absolutely body bagged by the Nazareth Swiftettes.
Yes.
She's Ashley Pickle.
Hi, friends.
Now, I want to be clear. I would be double body bagged by the Nazareth Swiftettes. Pickle is better at basketball than I am.
I was like, but I would hold that in high regard. Like, there's not many people that you like to lose to, but if you can say, like, well, yeah, I lost to the 25-time state champion program.
Correct.
Like, I would be like, yeah, I join a long list of people who have been beaten by Nazareth.
Like, you think about like the way that we hold like Scott Surratt's record at Carthage in high regard. Like, imagine doing that for 50 years.
Yeah, that's
insane.
Wild.
Anyway, today is Thursday, February 27th, 2025. It is a mere measly 273 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to Josh Groban. It is episode 1838.
Correct. You did that without a program monitor.
On today's show, folks, we have Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Where I figured it out.
Oh?
I cracked the code. And I am here to tell you exclusively how to win a Texas high school football state championship. I figured out 3 easy steps. I will reveal to you, via the magic of math. Because I may not be an athlete, but I am a mathlete.
Okay. Oh, God. This is why we are not the Nazareth of internet programs, because of corny crap like that.
I will reveal to you the easy 3-step process for winning a Texas high school football state championship. Because I figured it out. I cracked the code last night.
Sure.
Got that. Then, back half of the show, it's This Week in Cruton with Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. On the heels of the new phenomenon, the Dave Campbell's Rising show. we will have Greg Powers here to talk about that and a lot of other great stuff around the recruiting world if you stick with us here. Plus, we got mailbag at the end of this, so if you got questions on Facebook or YouTube, get those in the comments. We'll answer a couple of those here at the back half of the program. How's that sound to you?
Sounds.
I meant the audience.
Peachy. Okay.
The royal you.
I hope they're all.
Are you like audience
this
proxy?
For your mathlete joke.
I'm just saying. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was Matt Stepp, jersey number 69,
nice.
Lal Good, and there's just 3 through the door right now.
Okay.
It's probably because everybody else left.
No, that's not true. Anyway. All right, Pickle. It is Thursday.
Yes.
February 27th. It's our final episode of February. How's that make you feel?
Wow. At least it's not a leap year. That threw off everything.
The next episode will be our first episode of March. But regardless, whenever it's Thursday, we have an obligation here on this show to celebrate Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday. Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday. Here on Texas Football Today, where we dive into the numbers of Texas high school football. I hope I'm looking at the right camera because I don't have a program. Great. Okay.
I'm going off of you.
Okay,
today.
good. Oh, wow. Look at
I don't like this.
Where we dive into the numbers of Texas high school football and talk a little bit about what we can find. And what I want to talk about today are our state championships. And particularly, as the 2024 season has come and gone, I want to get to the root cause. And what I've tried to do here is I've tried to reverse engineer how to win a state championship. What do state champions, what do you need to do to win a state championship? It's the question that 1,251 UIL Texas high school football programs, I think I got that number right, 1,500 overall Texas high school football programs are trying to answer every year. What do I need to do to win a Texas high school football state championship? And I am here to tell you, I figured it out. Okay? I went through, and for the last 4 years, basically now we have 4 years post-pandemic because 2020, now in hindsight, that's honestly another project I need to do is like the year, like whose 2020 was so out there. Like it's just so weird. But I went through and I looked at the last 4 years of data and the 4 years of state champions. UIL 11-man state champions, so there are 40 of them, right? And I was like, okay, what do these teams have in common? What are the things that all of these teams, or almost all of these teams, have in common? Can we determine what are the ingredients to win a Texas high school football state championship? And I'm here to tell you, through the magic of math and science, we figured it out. And I'm here to tell you how to win a Texas high school football state championship in UIL 11-man in 3 easy steps. That's all it takes. 3 easy steps to win a Texas high school football state championship. You want to get through it?
Yeah. Okay. Step 1.
Step 1. Win 10 games and then wait a year. Okay? Win 10 games and then wait a year. Because if you take a look at all of the teams that won state championships since 2022, so 2022, 2023, 2024. I didn't include 2021 because the previous year was the pandemic year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Of those 30 state champions, 29 of them won 10 or more games in the previous season. 29 of them. And actually, do you know who the exception was? Mm-mm. The exception was the 2024 Munster Hornets.
Okay.
Who only won 8 games last year in 2023, but then rattled off a 2A Division II state championship. Mm-hmm. Literally every other state champion, the other 29 Texas high school football state champions, all won at least 10 games the year before. And by the way, the average number of wins that they had was 13. Okay? But we're talking about a baseline here. If you want to win a Texas high school football state championship, step 1, you got to win 10 games and then get ready for next year. That's what gets you in the door. That's what gets you an entrance into the conversation of can you win a state championship? Because
that feels right.
We've talked about this a lot. The biggest indicator of future success is past success. These are teams that every other team besides 2024 Munster won 10 games the previous year. Okay, that's step one. Pretty easy.
Yeah, and I feel like most of the time that leads to a really strong junior class. Like that's typically what you're looking at. You're not really doing that with seniors and then randomly winning a state championship.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's step one. Step two, you need to rank in the top 37 of your class in scoring offense. Okay? The top 37 of your class in scoring offense. Okay? Because of the 40 UIL 11-man state champions since 2021, all but 2 ranked in the top 40 in their, or 37 in their class in scoring offense. Okay? So you got to have at least a very good and borderline elite offense. In fact, the average rank was 14th in your class. There are 2, you may know, 38 out of 40. You will, by the way, if you really want to dig into it, 14 of the state champions were in the top 5, and 20 of the 40 state champions were in the top 10. So probably get in the top 10, but we'll say you got to be at least in the top 37. The 2 that did not qualify for that, did not hit that mark, 2022, actually, ironically, 2022 South Oak Cliff.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that feels right.
And 2023 Port Neches Groves.
Defense. Big.
Both had outstanding defenses,
yep.
Right? Both had outstanding defenses. They made up for that. But if you want to win a state championship, the math shows step 2 is you've got to have an offense that ranks in the top 37 of your class.
Well, and it's funny because those 2 teams played each other. So it was like that was a anomaly in the fact that... It's a real
Spider-Man meme energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And finally, step 3. Defense wins championship, right? What if I were to tell you it's just more or less the same as offense? You need to rank in the top 37 on scoring defense in your class. Because of the teams that have won the state championship since 2021, 37 of the 40 UIL 11-man state champs ranked in the top 37 of their class in scoring defense. The average rank actually was lower, it was 36th, or I'm sorry, it was 16th, but 37 of them ranked in the top 37 of their class. 37 of the 40. Okay. And by the way, you've got of those you got 14 that finished in the top 5. You've got 21 that finished in the top 10. So you need to have, again, a very good or elite defense. The 3 that did not qualify. 2022 DeSoto. Part of that is they played a very difficult schedule, I think. 2022 DeSoto. 2024 Columbus only had the 58th best defense in all of Class 3A.
But they could just outscore
them
crazy.
They had an outrageous offense. And then, do you know what I'm going to say? 2023 Gilmer. 2023 Gilmer, I think kind of famously ranked 142nd in scoring defense the year they won the title in 2023. So, it can be done, but the math would show that if you want to win a state championship, you got to be in the top 37 of your class in scoring defense. Those are the 3 easy steps. Win 10 games and be in the top 37 in your offense and your defense. So then you may be asking, okay, well, how big is that list then? So here's what I did. I went into 2024 and I was like, all right, of all the UIL 11-man teams, who were the teams that then were quote-unquote eligible that could have won a state championship? And the answer is that there's 51 of them. There were 51 teams that qualified that could have won it. And so who could have won in 2024? Who had won 10 games in 2023, were in the top 37 in their class in offense and top 37 in their class in defense, okay? You will notice here in 6A, it's Austin Vandegrift, Austin Westlake, Coppell is in that mix, Duncanville, a lot of the teams you expect to see. There are some surprises here in 6A. Wiley East.
Yeah.
Wiley East was eligible to win the state championship. That was a team that I think you may not necessarily think about. Fort Bend Hightower was in that mix. You also have both state champions, by the way. I put the state champions around in gold. Vandegrift and North Crowley both qualified. 5A, there were only 7 teams that made this list. Okay? A&M Consolidated, Aledo, College Station, Melissa, Richmond Randall, Alamo Heights, Smithson Valley. Melissa's fascinating to me because they're the team, they went 6-4 last year. And yet, the numbers would show to you they should have been a lot better. It's very interesting that they were on that short list of teams that could have won a state championship. In 4A, it's a bigger list. You've got both state champions, Carthage and Salina, but Belleville's on that list. A lot of the contenders, Stephenville, Pleasant Grove, Hampshire Finette. Decatur's interesting. Decatur's another team that was 14th in scoring offense, 20th in scoring defense, and they'd won 10 wins the year before, just couldn't put it together. 3A is where we get to our first kind of missing partner. We mentioned that Columbus did not qualify. Columbus did not have a top 37 defense. Gunner did. But then you've got other teams on here that maybe you didn't think about. Winsboro made that list.
Yeah.
Poth made that list. Goliad, Bushland, they were all top 37 offense, top 37 defense coming out of a 10-win season. And finally, in Class 2A, state champion Ganado made the list. We mentioned Munster did not make a state championship or did not win 10 games the year before. They hit the other 2 marks. Top 37 offense, top 37 defense, did not win 10 games. Other teams that I think are interesting on this list that you might not have thought about, Love Lady on that list.
Number 5 lady.
Mason Refugio, I think no surprise there. Wink was on that list. Honeygrove could have done it. Hawley could have done it. Groover, 14-1. What's fascinating to me is that, and I wonder if we can use this kind of when we get to the regional finals and I wonder if you can maybe start to use that to separate, okay, these teams fit that bill. These teams are teams that tick all those boxes that we typically see in Texas high school football state champions. Now look, obviously, I'm being a little facetious. Takes a lot more than winning a state championship than just these numbers. And, there's a cause and effect here, obviously. And B, it's a lot harder than just 3 easy steps. But it is interesting that when you kind of reverse engineer these state champions, what you end up seeing are
common themes.
What I think is very interesting, though, is, again, of these teams that won state championships a year ago, or of these teams, a lot of these teams hit all 3 of them. A lot of them hit all 3 of them. Obviously not all of them, but a lot of them hit all 3 of these factors. And so those are the teams you should be paying attention to. So right now, if you're making a short list of teams that could win a state championship, what you want to look for are teams that were pretty good offensively, pretty good defensively, bring back a good number of starters, and won 10 games last year. Those are the qualifications that you're looking for to maybe forecast a state champion moving forward. So that's a deep dive into the math. And I think we cracked the code. I think we figured it out. All you coaches got to do is just go out there and put out an elite offense and elite defense, win 10 games the year before.
Yep, seems simple enough, right?
That is literally the definition of easier said than done.
Oh my God.
Literally the definition of easier said than done. Anyway, there's a thought into that. That's Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
We're Texas Football Today. We're here Mondays and Thursdays on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. You get the 2025 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football mailed to you before it hits newsstands, plus a year of excellent streaming coverage on TexasLive.com. Literally literally thousands of live high school events across the state of Texas. Soccer's heating up, baseball's heating up. We got like
We still have boys basketball.
basketballs popping off.
We've got state semifinals on Monday and Tuesday. Well, regional finals this week.
Thursday, I think Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday for regional finals and the state semifinals. You can stream those on TexanLive.com as part of your Dave Campbell's Texas football subscription. Hey, daylight savings is coming. Give your lover the gift of Dave Campbell's Texas football for daylight savings.
Yes.
TexasFootball.com.
The sun's going to be awake longer, so you can be awake longer reading Dave Campbell's.
I love that.
Thank you.
Coming up here in just a moment, Greg Powers, our director of recruiting, will come here to recap and sift through the carnage of the first episode of Dave Campbell's Rising, plus a lot of other news and notes from the recruiting trail. But first, a word from these valued partners.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
30-yard line, the 20, the 10. Touchdown!
Hey DFW residents, get your grocery essentials in minutes, not hours or days, with Wing Drone Delivery. Forget about last-minute trips to the store when you need things like cereal for breakfast before school, medicine for a cold, or snacks for a movie night. Wing's drones get you quick, no-contact delivery in as fast as 15 minutes. Say goodbye to last-minute grocery runs and say hello to more of your valuable time. Sign up today.
Back here on Texas Football Today, here at the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership. I am Greg. That is Ashley. We are celebrating our 1838th episode spectacular. It's been on our calendar for a long time. It's a really meaningful number for us. It is 1,838.
I've been waiting for this one.
I know. It's a big moment for us.
It is.
Feeling great for us. Who better to help celebrate our 1,838th episode than Greg Powers.
Let's go, man. What a warm welcome.
Our director of recruiting here, Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Hey, bud.
What's up?
Fresh off the debut, the premiere of Dave Campbell's Rising, our new recruiting show.
And what a premiere it was.
I'm biased because I work with you and I work with Mallory and I work at this company, but I loved it.
Thank you.
I thought it was great. I always love hearing you guys talk ball. You and Big Crew, you're Big Crew. She's a little crew. I thought
that was Mallory Hartley is the
I thought the interview you guys had with Nick Evers. Drew Evers. Nick Evers was a quarterback.
And his brother
also played at Flower Mound.
Yeah.
I knew. Okay, see,
that's why
I'm only kind of crazy.
We talked about them both here before.
So I love that interview. I love Here's a Guy with Carter Yates.
Thank you for the great. I mean, I've gotten a lot of compliments, but thank you, Greg Tepper, for making the intro for Carter Yates' segment, Here's a Guy. So I do want to give the fans some context then at least. Here's a Guy is a segment that Carter Yates is putting together for our new show, Rising, which is debuting debuted yesterday, but it's once a month on Wednesdays. A segment where he's talking about a Texas high school football player that you would only hear about on that show,
which is so on brand for us. Like here's a guy. It's like somebody you're not paying attention to, like a true hidden gem,
And you put together the lead for this show.
The intro.
It was a special project, I guess. I would say it was a special work project. You probably didn't make overtime.
Labor of love.
There you go.
Labor of love.
Thank you. It was a gift. It was a true gift for the people.
I thought it was a great show, man. I'm really excited for episode 2. Excited to see what you guys get cooking. But we have more Cruton to talk about because I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers. This week.
And Cruton.
So this week in recruiting, Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter, GPowersScouts. He has fine work at texasfootball.com/recruiting. And of course, this is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express. Chicken Express, it's warming up out there. Spring has sprung, and that means you need to spring into your local Chicken Express and get you that two-piece combo. Like, we talk a lot about the tendies because the tendies are great. But man, I mean, they built their whole thing on fried chicken, and the fried chicken is choice.
I think you should take your kids there.
Take your kids to Chicken Express.
All right. I mean,
you love your kids, don't you?
Yeah. If you love your kids, take them to Chicken Express.
I think that's
give them that kids meal.
Get that kids meal. It'd be great. It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers. We've got a lot to get to today. We're going to start with our prospect on the rise. Our prospect on the rise. We are going to go to
Dripping Springs.
Thank you, Dripping Springs. Talk about their senior wide receiver, 2026 wide receiver, Cooper Reed. Cooper Reed, 6'3", 180 pounds. He is now a DCTF 3-star in the class 2026. And he's already committed to play at Arizona State. He was all over the place for Dripping Springs. And Cooper Reed is a name to know, and an early commitment there for Arizona State. And they're getting a good one in Cooper Reed.
Yeah, highly productive outside receiver, 1,006 yards, 15 touchdowns as a junior. So I think he had over 600 yards his sophomore season. So this is a guy that has been producing stats. I truly feel like Cooper Reed is one of these guys that Arizona State got a steal in. I mean, I guess from the outside looking in, sometimes you don't always think about Arizona State being in the 12-team college football playoff like they were this past year. But these are the type of players that keep a program on that type of track. If you want to have success in college football, recruit Texas. It's pretty simple. It's not like a complicated math equation.
Not rocket surgery.
Math Tuesday on Thursday today. I had to get my math drop in there. But it's not complicated, a complicated algorithm. You want to have success, go to Texas, recruit some players, build your roster.
And build your roster around guys who are producing at a high level at programs that are winning at a high level. And Dripping Springs is a good example of that.
And get guys that you have to fight for. And Arizona State is going to have to fight for Cooper Reed all the way up until the finish line, because I feel like he's a guy with his size, his route running ability, and natural hands and concentration. He's a guy that they're going to have to battle for, because I think big time programs are going to come through here in the next month and a half, 2 months, and they're going to be all over Cooper Reed trying to get him to flip.
Speaking of recruit Texas, that's what Oklahoma State has done as we transition to our commit of the week. Our commit of the week, going to Pearland to talk about their 2026 edge rusher, Jalen Stewart. Jalen Stewart has committed to Oklahoma State, had offers in-state from places like Baylor, Houston, and SMU, and from out-of-state like places like USC and Arizona State, but it is the Cowboys who get the services of Jalen Stewart, the outstanding edge rusher from Pearland.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6'3", 230 pounds. He has that prototypical hybrid outside linebacker, defensive end kind of build. And what I really like about him on tape is that he's pretty good at getting around the edge or bending the corner, but I like his inside pass rush moves. You know, he uses his hands pretty effectively and is able to shoot in there pretty quickly, which I think will also help him be a productive run stopping force at the next level as well. And Oklahoma State traditionally does a tremendous job in the evaluation process throughout the years. You can really depend on them to come into Texas and find some of these guys that may be flying under the radar. We talked about Cooper Reed. He was in the batch of 50 new 3-stars that we released last Friday. Okay, so we added 50 new 3-stars. We're up to 275 prospects in the 2026 Texas high school football database at Dave Campbell's. 50 more 3-stars are dropping tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Jalen Stewart will be one of those names.
Okay,
so you only got to read tomorrow to find out the other 49.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Stewart is one of those 50.
Okay, well, there's a tease. Go check out the new 3-star Jalen Stewart, the newest Oklahoma State commit out of Pearland. They are getting a good one there. It are the Cowboys. Finally, let's round it all out with our underclassmen of the week. Our underclassmen of the week, we're going out east to Palestine Westwood to talk about their 2027 quarterback, Kavian Bryant, who really lit the world on fire out there at Westwood, lighting up the offense for what was an outstanding ball club this year. And he was one of the top performers at the Under Armour Next camp here in Dallas. And a couple programs took notice of him because of what he did there, including including Tennessee and Kansas State.
Yeah, 2 new offers. I think that Bryant has now eclipsed the 20 offer plateau in 2027. I think that I hate to get ahead of myself in the rankings because sometimes you have to really do a deeper dive than what you think. It's easy to say, oh, this guy's going to be this or that. I think that he's a top 10 in-state player lock. Could end up being a deeper class than that, but for me, as I've evaluated it so far, I would have him as a lock for the top 10 and battling, with Colton Nussmeier for the top quarterback in the state in that class. And what Kavian Bryant brings to the table is a little bit something different because he's such a great athlete. In addition to getting 2 new offers this week from Tennessee and Kansas State and competing at the Under Armour camp, just over 10 days ago, Bryant was also helping lead his basketball team on the hardwood during the state playoffs, helped them win an area championship before they fell in the regional semifinals. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So he's been balancing a lot of different things. Well, it's that athleticism that makes him special. He's a guy that he's got a great arm, especially for the deep pass. He can drop the ball in the bucket, but I love his ability as a runner. He's a true dual threat, but he's a pass-first guy, but he's a true dual threat, a guy that you have to respect because he will beat you on the ground. And I love that dynamism.
Dynamism.
We're doing great.
He's very dynamic.
Yeah, that's it.
Kavian Bryant, you're a dynamic player.
There you go. That's exactly. He is a dynamic player. He's a playmaking dude, and he was a big reason why kind of Palestine Westwood kind of shot out of nowhere, and we're one of the most outstanding offenses in Texas high school football. One of the most outstanding recruiting guys in Texas high school football is Greg Powers, the co-star of Dave Campbell's Rising, our new recruiting show, which you can see live on these airwaves one Wednesday a month, at least until the season.
March 26th for the next episode.
Next one. But you can go check out the yesterday's episode still on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Dave Campbell's TF. Powers, thanks for your time, bud.
Appreciate you having me.
Let's go over to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
Just a reminder, I think that boys basketball playoffs live on Texan Live. We're in the regional final round this week and then head into state semifinals, which is something that's new this year. We've never had state semifinals on Texan Live because the UIL division split that happened with non-football sports. So excited for that. Lots of really good hoops, and that the girls' state tournament's going on right now on NFHS.com.
Can I give you an update to something we talked about previously?
Sure.
It's gone final at the Alamo Dome. Nazareth 53, Saltillo 31.
Let's go. 26.
State championship number 26 for the Nazareth Swiftettes. That's the best program in Texas high school athletics. That's 26 titles in 48 seasons is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We were watching the game before I came in to do this segment, and their offense is smooth.
Oh, it's so good.
Real smooth.
They're just like, I've watched a little bit of them because when you see, I just appreciate, I'm not a ball knower, right? But I appreciate watching greatness.
Right.
And when you watch them, the thing that I notice, and Pickle, I know you're a baller, right? You're a former Atlanta All-State.
That's not true, but I do like basketball.
When I watch them, I always think wow, everyone on this team is a great passer. Everyone on this team. There's not one guy or one gal rather who's an awesome distributor. All of them distribute the ball so well, and it feels like every shot is open. Every shot they create to be open. It's incredible to watch.
Yeah, my Spurs heart gets very happy watching the girls basketball state tournament because it is the most fundamental basketball that you'll ever see, and I can watch that all day long.
So congratulations to the Nazareth Swiftettes state championship number 26. You can of course watch the state championships on with our friends at NFHS Network right now. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And of course, see us at texasfootball.com. For Greg Powers and Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please get your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you Monday on Texas Football Today.